discrimination, the unjust or prejudicial treatment of people or things on the grounds of race, age, or sex. Good morning. My name is Priscilla Enriquez, and it's a privilege to be talking about equal pay in front of you all. For centuries, discrimination has been a disturbance in our society. Today, a common example of discrimination we see is in pay. Equal pay is a common problem that people are fighting for as we speak. To some it may seem minor or insignificant, when on the contrary it is in fact a major problem. According to Kim Parker and Carrie Funk at Pew Research Center, 42% of working women say they have faced discrimination in their job because of their gender or their race. Many people aren't aware of the circumstances of the women's national soccer team. As stated by Tom Spiegel at Forbes magazine, on the women's national team, for trying out and making a team, you earn $15,000. Remember that, $15,000. Now one may think, wow, that's a lot for just trying out and making a team. But when you compare that to how much the men make for the same job, you may change your mind. On the men's national team, for doing the same job, trying out and making a team, the men make $55,000. 55. Now compare that 15,000 to the 55,000. Now which number makes you go wow? How would one feel if they got paid a fraction of the amount another got paid for doing the same job, even if they did it better, for the sole reason of what their gender is? In 2018, if the men would have won the Men's World Cup title, they would have received a $38 million bonus. In 2019, the women's team won their 4th World Cup title and only received $4 million. Imagine having a daughter and her being the best in her occupation. She worked hard for years to get proper schooling and learn skills, and still no matter what she does, the men are favored and still paid more just because they're a man. In March of 2019, the WNST filed a class action lawsuit against the USSF. They sued them on the alleged violations of the Equal Pay Act and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. There are many other people noticing the issue and taking action. Senior Joe Manchin introduced a bill that would withhold federal funding for the 2026 Men's World Cup team until both teams have received equal pay. Another account is when the company Procter & Gamble announced its donation of $500,000 to the Women's Teams Players Association to help with their fight against equal pay. There could be the excuse that they're getting paid from different employers, so they pay them to their own discretion, when indeed this would be proven wrong. The United States Soccer Federation Incorporated is the official employer of both male and female teams and players. There could also be the accusation that the men's makes more money because they're more popular. This isn't necessarily true. In gate revenue from 2016-2018, the women pulled in $50.8 million. Meanwhile, the men only pulled in $49.9 million. This shows that people pay more to watch the women rather than the men. But the men still deserve more money, right? Someone should not be limited to or shown any disadvantage because of their sex. We should all take a stand and find a way to help and support equal pay, so that way we may have a better society and future for the generations to come. So our children's hard work will reap full benefits, so that way no matter who you are, you can know that your paycheck does not reflect on your gender. You worked for and deserve every dollar, just like anyone else.